Hi guys, welcome back to the complete mobile app development tutorial series using Google Flutter for beginners. This is part 5 of this video tutorial series. Guys, in today's video tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a new widgets from existing Google Flutter widgets. Before starting this video tutorial, I will request you that if you haven't watched the previous video tutorials of this series, then you must watch them first. You can find the link to the complete playlist of this series in the description below, or you might find it as a first sticky comment under this video. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So this was the code in the previous video tutorial where we left off the part 4 of this series. In this video, we see that how can we create different widgets, how can we design a layout where we use the text and then we use the image below and then again we put some text under it. So if we look at this code, it is getting too much complicated as we move on. Right now there are only few lines of text and a single image in this layout. But what about having more images and more text widgets? Then what will happen? Your code sooner or later, your visual code will get too much cluttered or ambiguous that it will be hardly you will be able to remake it or make any necessary changes or you might skip or miss a single bracket or a square bracket. You might find it hard to debug it. So it is quite difficult to debug an application where you only have one single class or one only widget and using all of those widget building within this widget. So for that reason, you have to divide your layouts into different components, and these components you create using existing Google Flutter widgets. And that is the topic of this video tutorial, that how can we come up with these things and reduce our cluttered code or reduce, and it will make us easy to debug our code. So right now, if you see, I am using title in the body section. If you see, I have a text, then I have an image, then again I have a text, then again I have a text. So that is quite straightforward. It is not that much difficult. But what about this, that if I have a separate card name widget, which wherever I use, I will get a one text image and then I will get one text line and one text image. For that, we can create another widget using this class syntax. There are 3 or 4 different ways to create new widgets from existing widgets. One of them is, you already seen this, my app widget. This is also a widget because every widget is derived from the class and they extend from status widget. But at the same time, we can use this widget class to create more useful widgets which will reduce the redundancy, or you can say don't repeat yourself concept. So to create this widget, first of all, what we need this widget class. So you can create this widget above the widget or below the widget, below the existing widget, or you can create them in a separate file and then simply you can import that file in this your main app. But unfortunately, Dartpad does not provide this feature. You can't create a new files in it. Only you can work with one file. So that is the reason I'm going to create new widget within this file as well. But of course, when we will start learning how to install Google Flutter on your computer, then we will see how can we create different files and then we import them inside Google Flutter's main file. So to create a new widget, for example, I name it a card and then I will assign it equal to, and here I will simply create a card which will have a widget of must say material center. We can say it must have a center class, and then within center it will have a child of column, and inside this column we will have children, because column does not have a child, column have children. So in children we will derive some widgets list, and in this widget list I will create simply first the text widget. So I will create a text and I will say this is the first text. Then I will use image.network, and inside this image.network I will copy the same code which I put here. I will copy it and then simply I will paste it here. So this way we have created a card widget which uses the center widget, column widget, text widget and an image widget. So what we can do now, inside our body, I will remove all this column and simply put here card. That's it. Simply by putting the card here, what will happen now, this card will call this card widget and then render these children on the screen. So let me run this app. So I will run it. So you see, this is first text and then we see the tiger image. Furthermore, let me do one more thing, and the font size, I think, yeah, now it's, I think, fine. We can see the complete text. Previously we were not able to see the complete text. Okay, so this is the one widget we have created, but if we want to use it multiple times inside our main widgets, what we can do, rather than inside body, we use it like this. We will simply put a column, and then within column I will simply do children, and inside children again I will use the widget, and then I will use the list, and here now I can use as many times as I want. Card, 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 and that's it. Now we will have 3 text lines, 3 images. So you see, how can we easily create new reusable components? Now if you have multiple screens and want to use same layout like this text and this image, you can use this card widget everywhere in your application. So the next part came into the mind, that what if I want to change this text, that every line must have a different text and every line must have a different image. So what shall I do for that? For this reason, we can convert this variable. This right now, this is a variable of card having type widgets which have this kind of code. So to make it like function, that if I want to make it like function, so what I will do, I will just put a brackets here, and then I will put an arrowhead here, fat arrow. So with this, I can now pass here URL comma text, and now the URL I will pass here as a string. I will pass URL here, and I will pass text here. Simple. Now in these codes, I can simply use. Let me copy the image this first. So I will copy it first, and then I will simply use the URL here and the text is here. Why I copied it? Because I want to paste it here. So the first parameter is URL. So first I will need to put here URL here. This is our URL. Then I will put this is first text. Then in the next I will again do the same and say this is second text again. Then I will say this is third text. So now I have customized my card and having different images with the different text as well. So I will run it. So you see, this text is first text, this is second text, this is third. The image is same because I didn't change the title. I think I can do like this here to make it a different image. Let's see if it works. I'm not sure that Lorem Pixel, you see, let's see, maybe it will give us some different images. But anyhow, you understand the concept here. We can give different images link, or even we can use the for loop, and inside the for loop we can create and send different images types. So I can say sports 1, sports 2, sports 3, like this. And if I run it now, I think we will get different images from the sports category. You see, we have different images from the sports category. So this is another way of customizing the widget. So the first we learned that using widget with card is equal to this concept. I will comment it out. So this is the first concept. You can use this as a variable when the content of this widget are static, means you are not changing them or you are not passing any variable. When you are passing a variable, you can use a function, as well as you can create the same widget using a class as well. So what I mean to say, you can simply say my card extends stateless widget. This is also a way creating another widget. So from here I will simply do widget build context, and then I will simply return and inside this I will copy this code from here to here. So you can remove this line, and now it will become again my card. But again, if you see, we are here passing variables. So to pass a variable to the class, we need to create a constructor. So the constructor we can create like this: my card, this dot URL, this dot text. So this is how we can create a URL, and then we simply close it like this. I think I am creating a constructor of my card, and there is no issue with this. There shouldn't be any issue. Let me see. Simply close it, and then it is saying URL isn't find the my card. URL is not a field. Okay, so the final URL comma text. So this is how we have assigned now this final URL comma text, this URL to this URL, and this text to this text. So again, it's saying the method card isn't defined. I know that now it is changed to my card. So here I will select, sorry, my card, my card, my card. Now I'm using the class widget, and if I run it, I will get the same output without any issue. I'm getting the same output. So this is the class way. So we have learned 3 different ways: using a variable, using a function, using a class to create new widgets from existing widgets, so that we can reduce our redundancy problem or drive problem. Don't repeat yourself. So here we are just passing the parameters, and all the code has been done by these widgets. So guys, this is it. I hope you have already pressed the like button. If not, then do press the like button. And if you are interested to learn more about Google Flutter, then don't forget to subscribe to the TechTechTuts YouTube channel by pressing the red button below. With that being said, I'm your host on TechTechTuts, signing off. Take care and goodbye.